We have been following this story long enough to remember back in a day when we were about the only ones following this story. Now suddenly everyone's scrambling for exclusive interviews and exclusive access. Tonight, Oprah Winfrey taking her show to that Texas compound and presenting a very sympathetic portrayal of the FLDS community, in which FLDS members say they are the victims of a barbaric persecution. But tonight, the story of one Colorado City couple that would beg to differ.
Sure, it's discrimination. All we're trying to do is make a better place to live for us and make their place better.
We got Mike Walkus and the whole crew here.
I think that they're breaking laws and that they want to hide behind their religious rights.
I'm not going to play your game.
All we're doing is improving their community.
33-year-old Ron Cooke and his wife Jinger make no pretense about it. They believe they and their 3 children are being persecuted because they are not members of polygamist leader Warren Jeff's FLDS church.
Not only is it a religious issue, but I'm not white, and that's a huge issue for them.
And what's your background?
It's part Arabic.
They believe in God, well, I believe in God too.
Once a burly construction worker, Ron was severely disabled in 2005 when he was run over by a truck at a work site in Phoenix.
In the accident, he lost his bowel and bladder functions. He's got a breathing machine he has to wear at night.
Following the accident, Ron and Jinger decided to get out of the big city and move back to Ron's hometown, the polygamous community of Colorado City.
My mom has 16, but my family, there's 56.
56 children?
Yes.
Your dad had 56 kids?
Yes.
How many mothers?
4.
Like a lot of young people, Ron had fled the strict FLDS society as a teenager, but now an opportunity to go back. An opportunity that presented itself when the Cookes were offered this abandoned, unfinished Colorado City home.
Workman's comp is, willing to make it accessible bathroom.
Several years ago, a Utah court took control of many of the homes and much of the land in Colorado City and neighboring Hilldale. This after the man who had controlled the land, polygamous leader Warren Jeffs, failed to show up in court to answer civil charges that he had sodomized a nephew. When Jeffs was a no-show, the court took control of the land and since has tried to offer it for sale to people like Ron Cooke, who as a young child labored on FLDS work crews, building up the town without ever being paid. And those were on church projects?
Yes.
Did you ever get paid for that, Ron?
No.
But now 10 months have passed since Ron and Jinger and their 3 children moved up to Colorado City, and still they are living in a crowded and cramped trailer, Ron's breathing machine powered by an old generator. The reason, according to the Cookes, Warren Jeff's FLDS faithful may no longer control the land, but they still control the local utilities.
If I were a church member, then they'd have my power and water on right now.
If you're non-FLDS, it's really hard to get new utilities hooked up, but if you are, it's not that big of a deal.
I'm just priming the generator. You just have to turn on the generator to get power.
That's right. The Cookes say they have been fighting for months to have their water and their power hooked up.
He's got a machine that he has to use at night to breathe.
Recently, we followed Jinger as she made the rounds in the twin communities, trying to prod officials to do their jobs.
She says she's just been waiting for a long time for her power and electric and has a very
That's
ill
something
husband.
that's totally out of my jurisdiction.
But first in Colorado City, and then in Hilldale.
Her contention is that because she's non-FLDS, you folks don't want her here. You're making it as difficult as you can for her and her family to get power and water. That's not true. Not true.
Jinger seemed to be given very little reason for optimism.
We never asked the question regarding your religion.
But you all know here. You all know who everybody is here.
Regardless of that, we have a utility to take care of, and we don't have the water.
What could I say? They're good liars.
They feel like they're being discriminated against. They're doing the same thing to other people.
Now, officially, we should tell you the community leaders say they don't have enough water and that the Cookes have not done the right paperwork for the power. The Cookes say that's nonsense, and apparently Terry Goddard is also suspicious about that. His office will not confirm this, but we, through other sources, have confirmed that the Attorney General here in Arizona, Terry Goddard, who's really taken on this cause, is standing up, has an investigator up looking at a civil rights violation potentially here. They had an investigator in Colorado City even this week. We'll keep you posted whether the Cookes get their power and what happens with this investigation. But, you know, a lot of reporting on this story, and people seem to forget the history. A lot of fine people who live up in that community, but there's also a lot of people who have pushed others around, taken advantage of women and children.
Well, let's hope it doesn't take too long, because that man obviously needs electricity for his
It's a
breathing
life-threatening
machine.
situation for
Absolutely.
these people, and somebody needs to step up. We think Terry Goddard might.
All right, we'll see. I know you'll keep us posted
Yeah,
for sure.
thanks, Bev.
Thanks, Mike.